All right, guys, Unpaved Expeditions here. We're out in the woods today. We're going to do a comms drill with Crayon Eric. I'm going to be using a Yaesu 857D. I did not get to build an antenna that we agreed on doing. I ran out of time, so I'll do a couple of other little tricks here, there, and yonder along the way. But for the most part, we've made a pace plan. We knew we was going to make this comms window today. We've got 3 different frequencies in which we're going to try on with 3 different comms windows. That's part of your pace plan. Make sure you incorporate an alternative, a contingency, and then lastly an emergency plan for if your primary fails. You want to build a good hot fire right there. We've got a good seating area here. I've got a ridge line up. We're going to put a windbreak. We've got a pretty good wind coming out of the southeast. It's about 40 degrees outside, maybe a little cooler. We're going to get this going. Okay, guys, so we've got a failure point that I did not intend on happening. Actually, my antenna broke right here. It broke, and where the strand is stripped. So I've had this antenna a while. We're going to fix it. Don't mind the blood. I got myself on a thorn. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to strip it back, and we're going to twist it together right there. And I'm going to use a knife to strip this. You can use a pair of wire cutters, but if you're in the field, you can actually use your teeth. You just barely cinch down on it and pull back. I may actually be able to do it just like that with my fingernails. Look at that big copper, that long piece of copper. You don't actually need that much, but if you get too much, fold it back a little bit. I did put it through the antenna as a stress relief. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get it right there. We're going to twist it together. Don't make it complicated. Take a couple of times, make sure them strands get twisted real good. Now later when we get back to the cabin, what we'll do is put a butt connector on that, some heat shrink, and that'll be good to go. But for now, that's going to work. All right, let's go. All right, guys. We've got the computer hooked up, we're ready to go, but I want to show you guys something. First off, SWRs with that antenna we've got is perfect. They're like 1 to 3, which was exactly what it was before. So if you have to do an antenna fix out in the field like that, it's going to work flawlessly. Now, if you're wanting to add frequencies in VARA AC, you can't just dial it in, and you have to type it in somehow in this top box. So what you got to do, for me and Crayon Eric we're going to go up here to settings, go down to edit the frequency drop down list, come down here at the bottom of your list, and then you're going to type your number in, 7.178.000. It's very important to remember your zeros after that. The dots and the zeros matter. So when you get that done, exit out. It's going to ask you to save it. Make sure you save it. You have to exit out of VARA AC and restart the whole system. Okay, guys, that's how you add frequencies to VARA AC. All right, guys, while I'm waiting on the comms windows to open up, I have a J-post set up in a tree about 10 foot off the ground, and I've got it run to a coax, or 4 coax to my HD2 here. And as you can see, that's who we're trying to contact. All right, we're just sitting here monitoring the local repeaters and just waiting on our comms window to open up with Crayon Eric. This is what a base camp looks like. Multiple sources of communications. All right. Eric, did you say I had a 4x4? I knew I had a weak signal. You have a weak signal here also. You're about 3x3. I say 3x3, over. Eric, I did not get that last transmission. If you can copy, I've got you about 3x3, and right there it was a lot lower. In fact, it was unreadable. Try again, over. Okay, guys, Our last comms window did work. It is voice. He is running QRP. I'm running about 80 watts. That's the difference in our comms window right here. He's able to hear me, I think, a little better than I'm able to hear him, but again, it's not spectacular. So the difference between 20 watts and 70 watts isn't just a whole lot right now. But I was able to verify that it was Crayon Eric on the other end. Now would be the time that we would continue to keep trying. Again, if it was nothing else but just trying to make sure that he was okay, that would be enough for me to know that the other person on the other end was fine. Try to keep long conversations to a minimum. That makes it harder to understand phrases whenever the signal's already weak. Again, that's why we use brevity codes. That's why we use the phonographic alphabet. Sometimes being able to hear smaller bursts of phrases is a lot easier than hearing complete sentences. You get lost in the sentence. So again, that's how I knew that it was Eric. We made good contact. That's a win for us. Good fire going right here. Just made a good contact with Eric. We in fact made better transmissions back and forth towards the end of the exercise. I wasn't videoing for it, but that's the key point of this. You have to train. You have to get out there and work your equipment. It's not going to work the way you think it's always going to work. You're going to have failures. You're going to have fail points. You're going to lose things. You're going to forget things, and you have to learn how to work around those things. So guys, we're going to enjoy this warm fire here. It's cold. We're going to get us a good camp set up and enjoy the evening. Thanks for watching.